Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're tackling a really hot topic, something absolutely critical in the world of AI. We're talking about AI governance, specifically around the IAPP Artificial Intelligence Governance Professional Exam, the AIGP.
Exactly. Yeah, our mission today is basically to unpack what AI governance really means. You hear the term a lot, and why this certification, the AIGP, is becoming so essential for professionals trying to navigate all this change. We'll give you a quick look at the exam itself, what's involved, and touch on some real-world cases that show why this governance stuff is just so critical.
Okay, so let's start there. AI governance. It sounds maybe a bit heavy, bureaucratic. Can you strip away the jargon for us? What is it, fundamentally, and why can't we ignore it anymore?
Right. Well, at its heart, AI governance is basically the set of policies, the frameworks, the tools, everything designed to make sure AI systems are, fair, transparent, accountable, and crucially, that they comply with laws around the world. Think of it like a compliance framework, but specifically for how these intelligent machines make decisions. And why does it matter? Well, because AI now has a hand in really critical things. Hiring decisions, loan applications, even how policing happens. If you don't have good governance, these systems can easily, maybe even accidentally, pick up and amplify existing biases. That leads to real harm for real people.
That really drives home the urgency, doesn't it? So, okay, someone listening is convinced, they see the why. What about actually getting this AIGP certification? Why this particular one? Why now?
Yeah, the timing is key here. AI regulations are popping up and evolving globally. It feels like things are really accelerating, especially looking towards 2025. So companies, they're scrambling. They desperately need people who don't just understand the tech side of AI, but who also get the risks, AI risk management, compliance, that whole picture. And the AIGP, well, it's being highlighted as one of the top certifications out there for AI ethics and governance, specifically for people already working. It could really open doors. Think roles like responsible AI lead, AI compliance analyst, tech ethics officer. These jobs are in high demand.
Okay, a clear pathway. So, practically speaking, what's taking the exam actually like? What's the journey look like for you if you want to become one of these professionals? Makes sense. Clear accountability?
So the AIGP comes from the IAPP. That's the International Association of Privacy Professionals. Big name in the privacy world. The exam itself is 100 multiple choice questions. You get 2.5 hours. And you've got options. You can take it online, or you can go to a testing center in person. So there's flexibility there. Now, there aren't really strict prerequisites like you must have X degree, but having some background definitely helps. Things like privacy, compliance, risk management, or maybe if you worked on AI projects before, that gives you a really solid starting point.
Right, that foundational knowledge. And I guess the core of preparing is digging into what the exam actually covers. It's built around 5 key domains, right? Can you walk us through those and maybe pull out one really key takeaway from each?
So first up is Domain 1 AI Fundamentals. Now, this isn't just about defining algorithm. The real insight here, I think, is understanding how the basic design choices you make early on, how they inherently bring in risks, like algorithmic bias or data poisoning.
Data poisoning,
Great.
where bad data messes up the learning.
Exactly. Malicious inputs corrupting the AI. So this domain teaches you to spot that potential, ideally before it happens. Prevention is key. Then you got Domain 2. AI governance principles. This is really the core, setting up the who and how of doing AI ethically. The key thing here, governance isn't just a tech problem. It's a people problem. It needs clear human accountability, explainability, especially in sensitive fields like healthcare. If an AI helps make a decision, you need to be able to explain why.
Makes sense. Clear accountability.
Then Domain 3, AI risk assessment and impact mitigation. This is about identifying the different types of AI risks: fairness, bias, misuse. And it covers techniques like algorithmic impact assessments. Think of them as like ethical stress tests for AI. This is how you might catch discrimination in a hiring algorithm before it actually affects anyone.
Proactive testing. Got it.
Domain 4 is ethical AI implementation practices. This focuses on making sure the AI you build is ethical, reliable, and human-centered. So practices like transparency, explainability again, and crucially, human-in-the-loop decision-making. Making sure there's always a point for human oversight or intervention.
Right, keeping people involved.
And finally, Domain 5, global legal and regulatory frameworks. This covers the big ones you hear about: the EU AI Act, the US AI Bill of Rights Blueprint, OECD AI principles. It tests your knowledge of how AI governance policies differ and align across different regions, because it's definitely not the same everywhere.
That breakdown is super helpful, but it does raise a big question. Why is understanding all this so critical in practice? What actually happens when AI isn't governed well?
Well, unfortunately, we have some pretty clear examples. Remember Amazon's resume screening tool that famously showed significant gender bias? It learned, inadvertently, to penalize resumes with words more common in women's applications. Or think about facial recognition. In public policing, its misuse has, in some documented cases, led to false arrests. Mistaken identity with serious consequences. These kinds of failures, they send a really clear message. Good regulation, good governance.
Absolutely critical. Okay, so if you're listening and thinking, yes, this is important, this is a path for me, what kind of career opportunities are really opening up? And how do you even start preparing for what sounds like a pretty thorough exam?
The career paths are definitely growing fast. Organizations everywhere are trying to figure this out. So you see roles like responsible AI officer, AI governance analyst, tech policy manager, privacy and AI compliance lead. These are becoming much more common. As for preparing, well, a typical plan might look something like this. Maybe week 1, you really dig into the official IAPP AIGP body of knowledge. That's your main guide. Then weeks 2 and 3, you could focus heavily on the governance models and those global laws we mentioned. And then maybe week 4 is all about practice. Mock exams, flashcards, really testing yourself, resources. There's the official IAPP textbook, of course. Lots of great white papers out there on AI ethics and governance. Even YouTube explainers can be helpful. And definitely practice tests.
Okay, that sounds like a solid plan. So wrapping this up, what's the big takeaway here for you?
I think it's that artificial intelligence governance. It's just not optional anymore. It's not a niche thing for academics. It's a fundamental necessity for basically any organization using AI today.
Yeah.
And the IAPP's AIGP certification, it really seems positioned as maybe the leading credential to equip professionals for this complex and, yeah, really critical landscape.
So here's a final thought to leave you with. AI is moving incredibly fast, right? What new ethical or governance challenges do you think might pop up in just the next, say, 5 years? And how might getting certified now with something like the AIGP actually help prepare you for whatever comes next? We really encourage you to explore this more. It's a fascinating and vital field that's only going to grow in importance.